Well, and this flies in the face of the whole idea that, for how many years now we've heard that men and women are equal. They can do anything. So if we buy into this line of equality, then why should it be an insult to be telling somebody that, that it's a feminine virtue? Well, shouldn't we all be doing this if we're all the same anyway? Now, that just underlies an inherent insanity in all this. But
yeah.
It also gets, kind of gets toward a point where, we put together the outline for what we're going to talk about in this podcast. And I texted you this morning and said, we've got enough here for 2, if not 3 podcasts, getting into the whole topic of masculinity as a topic by itself.
Oh, yeah.
Masculinity versus femininity. Something that's been coming up. There's been a lot of news stories coming out. Are boys okay? Or all these different things talking about boys and highlighting the point that, for a couple of decades at least, we've had the whole notion of what is feminism. Now, granted, there's been first wave, second wave, third wave feminism, which all contradict each other. But without a doubt, there's this whole idea of feminism, be strong, go girl, and all this other stuff. So that depending upon which flavor of feminism you want to listen to, there's a solid idea for how to become a woman as a feminist. And if you eschew all of that and decide to go with the traditional idea of femininity, that's actually still, you can find plenty of that as well. But there is somewhat of a deficit of what does it mean to be a man? How do you raise a man? How do you raise a boy to be a man? And that's definitely a problem here. And there are people who assert that that society is saying your choices are to become metrosexual or gay, or and if you reject that, your choices are complete withdrawal or to become violent. And I think there's some truth to the fact that society is beating things into people like this and basically saying it's not good to be masculine. The fact that they have the phrase toxic masculinity.
Of course.
Toxic masculinity, properly understood, is saintly masculinity.
Oh, of course it is. Masculinity is being painted as a vice. It's one of the only vices that exists right now. The other one, I suppose, being what? Intolerance? Would that be the other one?
That's always the first vice of those who, or projected vice of those who are deviant and want ascendancy.
Of course. So, masculinity as a vice, toxic masculinity. And you're exactly right. There is almost nothing out there today that shows a boy or a young man how to be a man, a true man, a man of virtue. It's just almost completely gone.